Welcome. Today, we're going to explore some of the most valuable and highly sought-after coins in the market. From the historic $1 Monticello and Sacagawea dollars to rare 1-cent pieces, gold coins, and even unique varieties with different color shades, these treasures have become major highlights in the coin collecting world. They are not just pieces of history, but also some of the most valuable finds that collectors are chasing today. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or someone who appreciates the beauty and significance of American currency, this video is for you. Let's get started. Top 3. First up, the year 2000 was a historic one for American coinage because it marked the introduction of a brand new dollar coin unlike anything seen before. The Sacagawea dollar, also known as the Golden Dollar, was released by the U.S. Mint with a bold and beautiful design. On the front, it features Sacagawea, the legendary Shoshone Native American woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back. This symbol of strength, courage, and guidance made the coin immediately stand out. On the reverse, a soaring eagle was displayed, representing the spirit of freedom and America's enduring legacy. But beyond its historical and cultural meaning, some of these coins are far more valuable than anyone could have ever imagined. Among them, the 2000 Mint Sacagawea dollar with a copper-colored side is one of the rarest and most intriguing varieties. Normally, these coins were struck with a manganese brass golden appearance. However, due to unusual minting mistakes or experimental strikes, certain coins came out with a copper-toned edge or surface that collectors instantly identified as extraordinary. These errors transform an ordinary coin worth $1 into a piece of treasure worth millions. This coin is not just a piece of pocket change, it is a symbol of rarity in modern numismatics. When the Sacagawea dollar first hit circulation, the mint produced over 1 billion pieces. But out of that massive mintage, only a handful with special errors survived. The 2000 copper side error coin is one of those legends that collectors whisper about in coin clubs and auction houses. Its unusual composition makes it a holy grail for enthusiasts. And as with all rare coins, it is the story behind the error that drives up demand and creates unimaginable value in today's market. What makes this coin's value even more breathtaking is the condition. When preserved in fine or uncirculated condition, it magnifies its desirability. Coins in good condition reveal every detail of Sacagawea's portrait and the eagle's feathers, without the wear and scratches of circulation. Collectors chase these pristine examples because they represent the coin exactly as it left the mint. When you combine a dramatic error with high condition, the price doesn't just climb, it skyrockets into life-changing amounts. Imagine holding a coin that looks so ordinary yet is capable of changing your entire life overnight. That is the power of the Sacagawea 2000 copper side coin. Auction rumors and collector estimates have spoken of prices reaching into millions of dollars for a single piece. In fact, some say that the right collector could pay so much that it would instantly transform the seller into a multi-millionaire or even a billionaire. These claims, while hard to believe, speak to the emotional and financial frenzy that surrounds a coin of such mystery and rarity. This is not just about money, it is also about history. Sacagawea herself is one of the most admired figures in American history. She was a symbol of wisdom, guidance, and resilience, leading explorers through unknown lands. Having her image on a coin was already an honor to her memory, but when that coin also becomes a $1 million rarity, it elevates her story even further. Collectors feel they are not just buying a coin, but owning a living piece of heritage and legend. Another reason why this coin's demand is so explosive is that it represents modern rarity. Most collectors expect older coins, like silver dollars from the 1800s or early 1900s, to be valuable. But the Sacagawea 2000 is a modern issue, released just at the turn of the new millennium. Its rarity breaks all assumptions, showing that even coins less than 30 years old can become treasures worth more than ancient gold. That shock factor makes collectors race to secure it at any price, further driving up the frenzy. For those lucky enough to own one, the message is clear. Do not spend it as $1. This is not pocket change, it is destiny disguised as a coin. If you casually hand it over at a store, you could lose millions without even realizing it. Instead, this coin deserves to be authenticated, graded, and carefully preserved. The value of this coin is not just in its rarity, but also in its ability to change fortunes. Overnight, a humble collector or an unsuspecting family could suddenly find themselves holding the key to wealth beyond imagination. Collectors often say that rarity plus story equals value. This Sacagawea coin has both in abundance. Its rarity lies in the minting anomaly that gave it a copper appearance. Its story is tied to the dawn of a new millennium and to the legacy of Sacagawea herself. Together, they create an irresistible force in the collecting world, pushing prices higher and higher with each passing year. That is why experts believe this coin has no true limit in value. It is worth whatever the highest bidder is willing to pay. The aura of this coin also carries cultural weight. It represents diversity, honoring a Native American woman at a time when representation was long overdue on U.S. currency. For many, owning the coin is not just a financial investment, but also a statement of pride and respect for history. That emotional pull deepens its appeal and makes it more than just a collector's item. It is a national treasure in miniature form. In the current market, where rare coins continue to break records at auctions, this Sacagawea stands tall as a dream piece. Stories circulate of collectors offering prices in the millions for the right specimen, and such tales keep the myth alive. Whether you are a serious numismatist or a casual coin enthusiast, just the possibility of encountering one adds excitement to every handful of change. It turns everyday currency into a treasure hunt, reminding us that unimaginable wealth might be hiding in plain sight. In conclusion, the 2,000-piece Sacagawea dollar with a copper side is not merely a coin. It is a phenomenon. It blends history, rarity, error, and cultural importance into one shining artifact. If you are fortunate enough to have this coin, you are holding the potential to become a millionaire, maybe even a billionaire, overnight. Never underestimate its power, never spend it cheaply, and always remember, this coin is not just money. It is destiny struck in metal. Let's get started up in the year 2000. The United States Mint launched a brand new era of currency by introducing the Sacagawea $1 coin. Known as the Golden Dollar, it featured the iconic image of Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition across the western frontier. With her infant son Jean-Baptiste secured on her back, she became a symbol of courage, guidance, and strength. On the reverse of the coin, a majestic eagle spreads its wings, signifying America's enduring power and freedom. It was more than just money, it was history captured in shining metal. While billions of Sacagawea dollars were struck for circulation, some coins carry mysteries that elevate them from simple currency into treasures beyond imagination. Among these is the 2000 Sacagawea dollar with a copper-colored side, an error so unusual and rare that it has become the subject of intense fascination in the coin collecting world. Unlike the typical golden hue of Sacagawea coins, this version reveals a copper tone that suggests a minting mishap or experimental strike. And it is this error that transforms the coin into a phenomenon worth millions in today's market. The Denver Mint, which produced the 2000 coins, was known for its precision. Yet, even the most advanced minting facilities are not immune to accidents. In rare cases, a coin may be struck on the wrong planchet, or its layers may reveal unexpected colors. The copper-side Sacagawea from Denver belongs to this extraordinary category. Its appearance shocks collectors because it defies what should be normal, and in numismatics, anything abnormal often means priceless. Collectors understand that condition is everything when it comes to value. A copper-side Sacagawea in fine or uncirculated condition is like holding lightning in your hand. The shine of the portrait, the crisp detail of Sacagawea's braids, the eagle's sharp feathers, all preserved as if freshly struck, make the coin even more desirable. When rarity meets condition, the value doesn't just increase, it explodes into sums that can change lives overnight. This is where the dream begins. Imagine pulling out an ordinary-looking coin from a jar or an old collection and realizing it is the very Sacagawea era the world is hunting. Suddenly, What once seemed like a simple dollar is now a golden ticket, your passport to millions, perhaps even billions, depending on collector frenzy. That is the power of this coin. It is not just currency, it is destiny disguised as pocket change. Auction houses and private collectors alike know that coins like this carry no fixed price. They are worth whatever the highest bidder is willing to pay. And when the story of Sacagawea, the symbolism of the design, and the shocking copper error combine, the demand becomes feverish. Some believe this coin could fetch unimaginable sums, enough to instantly turn an owner into a multimillionaire or even a billionaire. That is why numismatists often say, if you have it, never let it go cheap. But the Sacagawea coin is more than wealth, it is heritage. Sacagawea's story is one of survival, wisdom, and leadership. To hold her image on a coin that itself defies the odds is to carry a piece of history in your palm. For many collectors, owning such a coin means preserving her memory and celebrating diversity on U.S. currency, where her presence was long overdue. The coin's cultural weight is as valuable as its monetary price. Another fascinating aspect is that this coin is modern. Most people think only ancient silver dollars, rare gold eagles, or centuries-old colonial coins could be worth fortunes. But here we have a coin minted just in the year 2000, barely a quarter century ago, that rivals the value of historic treasures. This shakes the collecting world because it proves that modern rarity can be just as powerful as old rarity. And that element of surprise fuels the hunt even more. The copper-side Sacagawea from the Denver Mint has also become a symbol of hope for ordinary people. Anyone could stumble upon it, inherited from family, hidden in a drawer, or resting in a coin jar. That chance discovery is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. At any moment, a person could realize they're holding a piece worth millions, and their entire life could change in an instant. Few objects in the world can carry such potential in such a small form. For collectors and dreamers alike, the message is crystal clear. Never underestimate a Sacagawea dollar. If you have one with a strange copper side, guard it with your life. Get it authenticated, graded, and stored properly, because this is no ordinary coin. It has the power to make history and rewrite fortunes. Selling it cheap would be like throwing away destiny itself. In the modern numismatic market, where records are shattered regularly, this coin stands as a legend in waiting. Whispers of million-dollar sales and wild collector offers keep the myth alive, and with every passing year, its fame only grows. The longer it survives in pristine condition, the more priceless it becomes, because time always magnifies rarity. In conclusion, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar with copper side error is not just a coin, it is a miracle struck in metal. It combines beauty, history, rarity, and destiny in one small artifact. If you ever come across it, understand what you hold: the chance to become unimaginably wealthy, the opportunity to own a true treasure of American history, and the privilege of carrying Sacagawea's legacy in your hand. This is not just pocket change, it is the coin that could change your fortune overnight. Let's get started up. In 2009, the United States Mint gave the Sacagawea dollar a fresh rebirth with what became known as the Native American Dollar series. Unlike the earlier issues from 2000 to 2008, the 2009 release carried a special design on the reverse, showing a Native American woman planting seeds in a field of corn, beans, and squash, representing the Three Sisters, a vital part of Native American agricultural tradition. The obverse still honored Sacagawea, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste. This made the coin not just money, but a tribute to Native American heritage, agriculture, and the role of women in shaping history. But among the millions of coins struck in 2009, there exists a version so unusual, so rare, that it has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide: the 2009 Sacagawea dollar with a copper side. Normally, these coins are golden in color, struck with a special manganese brass alloy. However, rare errors have been discovered where the side of the coin reveals a distinctive copper hue, either from a minting mishap or a layered planchet mistake. And in the world of coin collecting, this error transforms an ordinary dollar coin into a treasure worth millions. What makes this coin so valuable is not only its era, but the timing of its release. 2009 marked the very first year of the Native American Dollars series, making it historically significant. When rarity, era, and historical importance merge into a single coin, its value doesn't just increase, it explodes. Collectors see it as a 1 in a billion chance of holding history that could change their financial destiny overnight. The Denver and Philadelphia mints struck these coins, and while billions were made, only a tiny number of error pieces like the copper-sided versions slipped through undetected. That makes them astronomically rare. When such a coin appears in the hands of a collector or at auction, it ignites a frenzy of bidding. Stories swirl of prices reaching into the millions, with some even whispering that the right buyer could push its value into sums that seem unimaginable. Condition, of course, is king. A copper-sided Sacagawea dollar from 2009 in good or uncirculated condition carries an even greater premium. Every detail matters: the shine of Sacagawea's face, the strands of her hair, the careful folds of her clothing, and the clarity of the planting scene on the reverse. When these details remain sharp and untouched by circulation, the coin transforms into a masterpiece of rarity. Such pristine examples can turn what is already a $1 million coin into something truly priceless. Now imagine this: a simple coin sitting in your drawer, ignored for years, suddenly revealed to be the very copper-sided era the world is hunting for. That $1 coin, overlooked and forgotten, could hold the power to make you a multimillionaire, or even a billionaire, overnight. This is why collectors warn never to underestimate your pocket change. Sometimes destiny hides in the smallest objects, waiting for the right moment to change your life. The 2009 Sacagawea dollar already carries cultural importance because of its agricultural reverse design. It highlights Native American knowledge, sustainability, and the connection between humanity and the earth. Adding a minting error to such a meaningful coin makes it even more symbolic, almost as if nature and history themselves conspired to create a treasure of unimaginable worth. To collectors, it is not just money, it is a piece of living heritage. Unlike ancient coins, this is a modern rarity. Most people assume that only centuries-old silver or gold coins can fetch astronomical values. Yet here we have a coin minted in 2009, barely over a decade ago, that rivals the value of legendary rarities. This shakes the very foundation of the coin market because it proves that even modern pocket change can turn into a life-changing fortune if struck with the right error. Collectors also treasure this coin because it represents hope. It reminds us that anyone, regardless of background or wealth, could stumble across a miracle hidden in everyday life. Whether inherited from a family collection, found in a coin jar, or passed through a simple transaction, the chance of owning a $1 million copper-sided Sacagawea dollar exists for anyone. And that chance alone fuels the hunt across America and beyond. For anyone who discovers such a coin, the advice is simple but powerful: never spend it as $1. Do not let it vanish into circulation where its true worth would be lost forever. Instead, protect it, authenticate it, and present it to the numismatic world, where its story and value can shine. Selling it cheaply would mean throwing away not just money, but history, heritage, and destiny itself. The legend of the 2009 copper-sided Sacagawea dollar grows stronger with each passing year. Collectors whisper about its existence, auction houses wait for the next appearance, and dreamers everywhere search their change in the hope of striking gold, or copper, in this case. It has become one of the most desirable modern rarities, and its fame will only continue to grow as fewer pristine examples remain. In conclusion, the 2009 Sacagawea $1 coin with a copper-side error is not merely a coin, it is a phenomenon. It blends beauty, history, error, rarity, and destiny into a single small artifact of unimaginable power. If you are lucky enough to own this coin, you're holding the power to change your life forever. This is not pocket change. It is fortune in disguise, a $1 billion miracle waiting to be revealed.